Hey, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Angela Wolf here, Brother Ambassador. Super excited to be with you. And I'm really freaked out about the theme this week because it's back to school and I feel like summer just started. So I don't know if you were all on here recently, you saw Emily has a shirt. She made it for her daughter and it said first day of school. And she already went back to school, wore it, and said, "Here, Mom, I'm never wearing it again." So I'm dying to see what Lynn Lilly has for us. So pop in, say hi. We're live streaming on Brother Facebook and YouTube pages. So be sure to subscribe and follow. And let's see what we have on the creative area today. Lynn Lilly, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Super excited, super excited. For those of you who have not met her yet, she is the creative crafting genius and has super fun, easy projects that everyone loves.
Yes, we are all about easy. And I feel for Emily because I have kids now that are very particular about what they wear. And I get it. We wore our first day of school shirt. We're done with it. Moving on. That is how my kids are too. So I had cute outfits picked out for my daughter who went back and she woke up in the morning. She's like, "I'm not wearing that." I'm like, "But wait. We have this super cute shirt." "Nope, not wearing it." She's like, "I'll wear it the second day." I'm like, "But it's not the first."
Oh, that's so funny. You're saying that. And just recently, my mom informed me, and I don't remember this obviously because I was very young. And she said, there was this outfit I wanted so bad. And my mom, I was the oldest of 5 kids, and she was like, she splurged and bought me this outfit. I wore it to school and I came home crying, probably because she said somebody made fun of it or something. And she said, "That's it. I'm teaching you how to sew."
You can make what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I said to my daughter, I'm like, "Fine, you can pick out your clothes now. We'll maybe start teaching you how to make them soon." But that's why I love sublimation projects, right? So maybe your kids change their mind and they want a different design on a t-shirt for the first day of school or one of the gazillion dress-up days that we have at school. My fellow parents on here will know we've got 100th day of school. We've got tie-dye day. We've got all the days. But you can make something really quick and really easy right on your phone with the Brother Artspira app and then literally print it in minutes to your Brother Sublimation printer, press it, and you have a brand new outfit for your child that changes their mind every 5 minutes.
Perfect. So today we're using Sublimation, Artspira. Yeah. This is going to be a lot of fun. And by the way, we're live in the chat today. So leave your comments, leave your questions. Even if you're watching the replay, we'll come back and answer those too. So, all right, Lynn, I'm going to let you take it away.
All right. So like Angela just said, we are doing sublimation today and we are using the Brother Sublimation printer. If you're new to sublimation, feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. We're happy to answer them. I love sublimation and I had wanting to start doing more of it for the longest time and just didn't want to buy a huge expensive printer. And then Brother came out with this amazing sublimation printer. And let me just tell you, for the price, the quality, you're printing professional designs at home, which makes me so happy. So I'm going to show you the design that we're going to do today. I threw it on a pillow because I love to put designs on multiple things, especially if you're designing a photo op for back to school. Having a cute little pillow sitting up next to your child wearing the matching shirt to me is super cute. I don't know if my child agrees, but so we're going to be making this super cute design. And the best part is we're going to be doing it right in Artspira. So if you're not familiar with Artspira, it is the Brother design app that is connectivity through all of the different Brother design machines, from embroidery to sublimation to print mode out, all of your scan and cut, everything is connected through Artspira and you can design for all of those different machines right there in the palm of your hand. All right, we're going to go ahead and get my phone plugged in, Angela, so that we can see my screen up there. So give us a minute.
All right. As soon as it pops up, I'll bring it up here. So again, drop your questions. Artspira is a free app, and then they also have paid versions, if you really want to get carried away. But you just download it to your phone. It works with so many different Brother machines. We've been featuring it on the embroidery side lately. So download it on your phone or tablet. It's very easy to use. Here we go. All right. There we are. Got it.
You got it? Okay, perfect.
And let me just, I'll get rid of the banner real quick because
so you can see the top.
Blocking the top view. We don't want that. Here you go. Oh, there. Now we got the whole thing.
Okay, amazing. All right, so you can see the home screen of Artspira right here. Really quick, if you haven't been in the app before, I'm going to just give you a quick little tour of the home screen before we start designing. So up at the top here, we've got embroidered designs, cutting designs, printing design, sublimation, different projects, and education. You can pop into any of those and get designs that are already created for you that you can literally just use as is, or you can customize. And the rest of your home screen, there's a Disney section, and then you can see weekly inspo, paid designs, free designs, both in cutting and sublimation. So lots of really cool opportunities there to get creative. But I like to always start from scratch. That's kind of my deal. But I hit the new little toggle down here in the center where you see the plus sign. You can choose embroidery, cutting, or printing. So I did printing because we're going to be printing with our sublimation printer today. And I'm going to go into my design editor. We'll get back to that font editor that you saw in just a second. We'll do that at the end. I've got a cool project to show you that I just kind of experimented with. So it gives us a really nice blank template here. We have a vertical design. If you do want to change that, you can always go in and you can also take away the grid if you don't want to see that grid. But I like the grid, especially if I'm trying to line things up. But I can toggle the rotate 90 degrees and that will then change it to a horizontal canvas for me to start designing on. All right, now you'll see in my design that I had showed you earlier, there was a bunch of different clip arts and images. You're going to find all of those in design. And if you go into illustration, you're going to see all different categories. But because we don't have all afternoon to search through, which is what I like to do, I went ahead and favorited some of those. And so when you favorite them, they actually will show up on that little favorites toggle right there. So I'm going to put them on one at a time. I'm going to start with my apple. And it's going to pop right there in my canvas. I'm going to use my fingers to size it so I can make it as big or as small as I want. And then I'm going to go back into design again. And we found like you'll find the apple and fruits. Everything is pretty intuitive of where it is, like food and drink, fruits. You'll find all that in there. We're going to put a cute little ruler in there too. I
love the ruler.
Isn't that so cute?
That's really cute. So anybody watching that, if it has a crown next to the photo, that means that's the paid version, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And then if you see right now how my ruler is in front of my apple, I actually want to put it behind. I'm going to hit the layout toggle and I'm going to scroll down to layers and I'm going to pop that first little layer and it puts it right behind there. So I can kind of toggle through all of those as I'm adding different things to my design. Let me tap that so you don't hear all those beeps. My heat press is ready to go when we are. One of the other things to note is that you can also upload your own designs and your own pictures. So maybe you design something in like a third-party software, you're an artist, and you want to add that in, you can absolutely do that. You can go to photo, you can also add in logos, and there's also basic shapes that you can use as well. All right, so we're going to toggle in some books, which we're going to do something cute with those books in just a sec. So we're going to add the books in there. And I'll make that bigger for you guys in a sec. Let's make there we go. So you can see it a little better. All right, so my books are going to kind of be my center right there in the front. And as I put more and more things in here, I will go ahead and kind of arrange them and layer them how I'd like. Let's get those scissors. And then we're going to go searching for that bow because that's the last thing that I want to put in. I want to add a cute little bow. Now, I chose all different things that I know kind of my daughter likes and represents school. You can add in totally different things as well. Last thing for us to find for this design is going to, well, there's actually two more things. I fibbed. All right, we're going to put a bow in there because my daughter does love bows. And then I also put a cassette player or a little cassette tape in there because she loves music. Let me find, I think
Wait a minute. Lynn, does she even know what a cassette tape is?
No, she doesn't, but I am, that's my representation for her of music because as a child, I loved listening to my little cassette player. And I literally would hook it to my bike and ride it around my garage listening to Beach Boys. That shows you how old I am. But I loved it. And so that is my way. And I'm going to teach her about the love of cassette tapes. And I think that my mom might still have cassette tapes at her house. So other people clearly like them if brother put them in this section. Just saying, right? It's in the hobby section.
I have two big boxes of cassette tapes. I don't know why. I don't even have a player anymore, but I've saved them. There we go. There they are.
I love it. There it is. And it comes with cute little music notes too. All right. So I am going to just arrange. So I like to just tap through and through each one, and then I can decide how I want to layer them. I like that the notes are coming over my books a little bit. I'm going to make my bow a little bigger, and we'll make my crayon a little bigger too. I'm going to throw my bow that I like the one tail of the bow to be behind the books because we're going to write something on the books in just a sec. And if you are watching and you are doing something fun, making something fun for your kids for back to school, let us know. I always love to hear in the comments what people are doing for back to school because I think it's really fun to inspire each other. Maybe you're doing something that we haven't thought of. In our house, we set up a big breakfast and we decorate the back and we decorate the table and my kids love it and they look for it. They call it super duper special breakfast. And we do it every first day of school. So maybe someone else does something fun like that too. All right, now I want this design to stay as is, okay? And I want to be able to resize it all together. So here's how you do that. You can select one. You're going to see this little circle down in the corner. And when you tap on that, that's going to say multi-select. And I'm going to select all. So you see it puts little boxes around my entire design. And then I'm going to hit done. I'm going to go back to my little toggle right there and I'm going to hit group. And now it groups that whole design that I just created all together. So I can make it smaller. I can make it bigger. I'm going to make it bigger because I want it larger. And then I'm going to add in my daughter's name. So we'll come back. I'm going to shore up my screen a little bit so I can see the edges. Put it in the center. And then when you want to add text, text is super fun to me. You can add text and I'm going to do her first and her middle name. We're in the South. It's a lot of double names here and bows too. Okay. So it'll automatically give you a font, but you can hit the font toggle and you can see all the different fonts. And Angela, you mentioned this earlier. There are some fonts that you will see the little crown next to. That's part of the paid membership. So if you are a Artspira Plus member, you can utilize those fonts that have the crown by them. But if you're not, no big deal. There are still plenty of different options in here. So I'm just going to pick this one right up here.
Lynn, you've only gone through the A's, and I think I only saw a handful of paid ones. They're all free.
Yeah. So look here, I'll pull it back up so you can see. I mean, look at all these fonts. I love it because Brother just did a big update about, it was probably like a month or two ago, and just added in a boatload of different fonts, which makes me so happy because I love different fonts for different things. And I like to mix and match fonts and designs. But you can see, I mean, there's a ton there. All right. So now I am going to, you can resize if you want, but I like to just resize with my fingers. It goes faster for me. All right. Now I can change the color of that too. So I'm going to change my color and we're going to make, let's do a pink. And then one of the other things that you can do is really cool is the transform function. And with transform, you can create a circle, a spiral, or an arc. We're going to do an arc. It gave us a down arc. We're going to invert that so that it arcs upwards. And you can change,
so cute.
Right? You can change the degree of the arc, which I like, and kind of design, figure out how you think it fits within your design. And I'm going to just move this around. And if you want, I'm going to slightly just alter it a little because I think it looks better. And then I'm going to attach this entire design together. Same thing like we just did with the smaller pieces. We're going to attach all of those just like that. And we're going to group it. All right, now I can resize the whole design and I'm done. Oh, there's one thing I didn't do. That's what I was talking about, the books. Okay, so this is like a super secret little just touch in the design, which I like. And you can do this if you don't want to date your shirt, don't do it. You can write something else. But I'm going to write second grade in the design and I'm going to put it on the books small. Okay, so.
Oh, great idea.
Right. So I think it's super cute. I'm going to change the font just so it's looks like a little bit more of a school font. We can use the same font that we used on the other one. I'm going to leave it black. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it over here by the books and I'm going to make it small. And I'm going to put it right on top of that top book there. And it just becomes this cute little subtle aspect of the design, which I like. And you could do anything in there. Maybe you put in your child's favorite subject, whatever it may be, you can kind of add that in. All right, so we are done. And when we're done, we hit OK. We can save it. My designs might be full because I've got a lot of designs in here. It also doesn't matter what you save it as. Let's see if I've got enough design space. I think so. I'm out every once in a while. I know you know how that is, Angela. All right, so once we are ready, make sure my sublimation printer is not sleeping over there. You'll see I hit done. It takes us to the print screen. Now it automatically mirrors the design so that we don't even have to worry about it. That's what I love about this app and Brother. They thought of all the things that we can potentially forget. Angela, I'm sure you can be in the boat. I sometimes will forget to mirror when I'm doing heat transfer, and it just drives me mad. Like I know better, but I'm in my own world and I forget, and then I either cut the design or print it, and I'm like, But now Brother has fixed that for us, which I love. So it's thinking for me. All right. So I'm going to hit print, and it is going to head on over and start printing. And you can hear it. It tells me my data is done, and it's going to print. I've got one already done, so we'll let that print out real quick. So how cute is that? All right, while that's printing, I want to show you one other thing before we press this design. We're going to head back into our home for design right here. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that we have font editor. This is part of Artspira Plus because it's a really cool function. I'm going to click on it, and this allows you to create these really cool monograms. And so you can monogram with a letter. So I'm going to hit create. Got it. I'm agreeing to all of the things. All right. Now you can pick whichever letter. I'm going to do B for my other daughter, Bella, and we can choose whatever font we like. I kind of like that one, so I'm going to go with that last one, the Vanessa regular. I'm going to hit done. You can also choose a motif. This, I believe, fire and this little gear is somewhat new. So I was experimenting with those earlier, and I loved it. All right, so now you've got your letter and you've got your motif. You hit generate, and then the magic starts to happen.
This is my favorite
so fun.
function ever.
Okay, the thing that I love about it too is every time you do it, it's different. So you get a surprise every time. And I'm going to show you. Look. Okay, so this is not what it looked like before when I did it. So we're going to customize it. We can do all different kinds of things. So it added like a watercolor design. I may see, let's see, realistic. We can do sketch, abstract. All right. I might do sketch because I don't think that's what I did when I did the sample of this before. So let's see what we get. And then you can also kind of alter the colors too. And I'm going to show you how I use this in a design to create a patch. You can do sublimation patches right now, which is, if you've got kids in school, patches are all the rage. All right. You can also change the color. So if I want to change it to pink, because we all know pink is my favorite color, I can change the color of it. And you could literally spend, this is what I do at night. I will like play on my phone, and then I get so deep in the dive of like changing designs and colors and seeing what happens to it. Like I get lost in it, and then it's like midnight and I'm not sleeping.
Look at that.
Isn't that so cool? All right.
Wow.
So all different designs. So Angela, we can take my phone off because I'm going to show you what it looks like when I printed it out on a design. Okay. So I'm going to get a little closer. So check this out. I made an actual patch. So I found these sublimation patches at the craft store. They come white like this. And then I created this entire design. And I did B as for Bella, so that's really cool for back to school. And made it into a patch and sublimated it onto that patch. So there's a lot of really, really cool things that you can do with sublimation. And that's just one of them. And there's new surfaces and blanks coming out all the time.
We'll have to, that's why we watch you every month to find out what's the newest, what's the best, and I love the patch.
Okay. All right. So our design printed out. You see it, right? It's backwards. And you may be like, ooh, look at those colors. They're not as vibrant as they were on the screen, right? But trust me, that's part of the fun magic with sublimation. It looks very dull now, but wait till you see it after we've pressed it. All right. So I've got my heat press here. When you are in the app, you can also click heat guide, and it will give you instructions for what temp you should set your heat press at. So I've got mine set at 375 for 60 seconds. I've also got 2 pieces of parchment paper that I'm going to use One, it protects my press, or if my press got something on it from like an old print, it would transfer onto my design. So I always put parchment usually on the bottom and the top just to give us a little extra protection. All right, so I've got my t-shirt, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use heat tape, and I'm going to tape my design onto my t-shirt. Now, heat tape is not like Scotch tape that you get at the store. It is special tape. It's usually blue. I've seen some gold ones. I've seen some black ones, but this tape is meant to withstand a super high temperature. So you're going to tape it to your shirt. I noticed my shirt has a few wrinkles in it. I'm going to give it one quick little like 10-second press to get those wrinkles out. This also can help get the moisture out of your shirt too. So it'll give you a cleaner press. So give me a second. I'm going to pull that on, and I'm going to make sure that my shirt is completely covered. And I'm going to slide it on in. And I'm just going to press it for probably about 30 seconds just to get those wrinkles out and that moisture to make sure we get a nice, clean, crisp press. All right. While
Lynn,
we're waiting
just a
for
quick
that
question for you when you're talking about that, because a lot of people are just starting to work on sublimation. It's caught on, but there are a lot of new people, and I'm sure there are some here today. So to get the moisture out, what you're talking about, will that just make the print more vibrant, or give them a few tips on that?
Yeah, so it will, getting that moisture out and getting all those wrinkles out will give you a more vibrant press. It will also help with the longevity of the press as well. Sublimation in general has a longer lifespan than using like HTV. Because what happens with sublimation is that ink actually fuses with your fabric. And one thing that we didn't mention is the type of fabric that you use. So any material that you're using for sublimation, whether it's a fabric surface or it's a hard surface, you need to use a 100% polyester material. That gives you the brightest colors. The less polyester that's in it, so if you've got like a cotton poly blend, the less vibrant your colors will be. So just keep that in mind. Even when you're doing things like mugs or like a tote bag, things like that, you want to check the polyester count. Most things will say like sublimation or will blatantly list like 100% polyester because they know it's going to be used for sublimation. All right, so I've got my design here. I'm going to leave my shirt right here on my press. I'm going to lay this down where I want it, and then I'm going to tape it in place with that heat safe tape. So I'm going to put a piece on each side. Now we tape it so that it does not move. If you don't tape it and it somehow moves or slightly, ever so slightly shifts in the pressing process, you will get what's called ghosting. And what happens with ghosting is it really gives you this like almost like ghost effect, right? So you see the design twice. It's like you've got double vision of the design, which no one wants, right? And there's really no fixing that. You got to kind of start over. All right, so I'm going to make sure my design is nice and on my press here. And I'm going to take my other piece of parchment paper, and I'm going to make sure that it covers my entire design. I'm going to slide this on in. And again, we have it set at 375 for 60 seconds, and we're going to let it press. All right. Okay.
Super fun, super easy. I love this. And even with all of our chatting and making more designs, they could do this in like 10 minutes. Except you're really fast.
Right. But like you literally can do this. It's a 10-15 minute project altogether. Right. And I mean, you can spend as long as you want on the design, but if you need something quick and you need something simple, look, I did this quick design. I had this other design that I created in another software and just uploaded it real quick in Artspira, added her name to it. This was from another year, and quickly pressed it. And I had something that she could wear. I forget. It was like open house day, I think, or something. It wasn't even the first day of school, and we wanted a custom shirt for it. That was back when she wore whatever I told her to.
That was before.
Not anymore.
I can see what's going to happen, Lynn, because Artspira is so simple. My nephews were playing around with it, coming up with designs. I can see exactly what's going to happen. Your daughters are going to get on your tablet or your phone.
Yep.
They're going to fill it with their designs, and it's going to be like, Mom, here, print this.
Oh, yes. No, so my daughter already like has used the scan and cut before with me. Like she's amazed by it. We've made some gifts for Dad and for Father's Day, and like she's been a part of helping with it. So she's already getting there, and she's only in 2nd grade. All right, so I'm going to pull this off. It is very, very, very hot. So if you are new to any type of heat crafting, your fingers are going to be delicate. Mine are not, because I have done this forever. So I'm just going to peel away right away because I don't feel that heat. But check out how cute that is.
That is adorable.
Look at how vibrant those colors are. I hope it shows through on the screen because you can see how awesome the colors are on this t-shirt. And you can kind of see then like it leaves you with the dull design left. You can only use these designs once. Just FYI, you can't reuse them. If you try to, you get just a very faint press and it's not pretty. But this is really fun, really easy. And then you can see it is fused into the fabric, which I love, right? So it's not going to peel. It's not going to stretch. It will last a gazillion washes. So if your child does want to wear this shirt every day, they can, and it will last. And then if you didn't see it in the beginning, but there's also, I just did a pillowcase too. So you could have a cute little pillowcase that could sit next to them on the chair while they're taking the picture and do all the things. You could also put this on a yard flag outside too, which could be kind of cute for the beginning of school.
That would be cute.
I could go on and on with all the things that you could put it on, but I'm a little excessive when it comes to design and crafting, especially for my kids. But I love that it's just so easy, and that's the best part about working with all of the different Brother products, especially the Sublimation printer.
It's so simple. I was just thinking after I said your daughter's going to fill your phone up with all these designs and then have you print it. Actually, it's one click. You're going to come home and you're going to find
she doesn't even need
printed
me.
out.
Yeah. I've left my my P-touches, my labelers, and my kids have taken them and they are labeling everything. And they think it's the coolest thing ever. I discovered it when they were at my studio one day. I let them play with a labeler and it kept them busy for 45 minutes, and they were printing out labels and they were using the embellish to print out ribbon, and absolutely love it. So this is in our near future. You are right, Angela.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. It's so much fun. So Lynn, another awesome project. I'm very excited about this. I don't know what I'm more excited about, the t-shirt or that cute patch. That monogram with the motif, every time I see that, somebody do that, let me bring you up real close so everybody can see that one more time. That is adorable.
So cute, right?
It's adorable. It's adorable. So again, we're live in the chat. So you can leave us comments, questions. Let us know what you're doing for back to school. I can hardly wait to see what you do next month because every time you come on here, it's something fun, easy. I want to try to get my hands to work as fast as you when I'm playing on the app.
I've had a lot of experience. I design a lot of stuff. Working my finger muscles, right?
Yes, for sure. And I have all of our websites scrolling below. So if you'd like to find us, we would love if you would follow us all on social media. And right now, if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to share this to your page. Share it with friends that love crafting. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. You'll never miss a live show. And this is great. I hope everyone has a great weekend since it's the end of the week. And if you're not back in school, enjoy. All right, until next time, happy sewing. Lynn, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me. Bye, friends. Happy back.